Hello and welcome to Nick's Mathematics, Term 3, Week 7, Lesson 25, the language of mathematics, and specifically the language of division and multiplication. Today we're going to look at some mathematical history, and specifically the mathematician Al-Khwarizmi, or the father of our number system. And then we're going to explore the language of division and multiplication. In this unit, we've been looking at multiplication and division, and one of the common misconceptions is around the language used. Today, we're going to clarify the language of this unit and consolidate our understanding as we explore division and multiplication further. The words that we're going to look at are division, multiplication, factor, product, dividend, divisor, quotient, array, distributive, and commutative. And we've looked at all of these words in past lessons. Understanding these 10 words will help us unravel any misconceptions we might have about division and multiplication. Our learning intention today, we are learning to understand and apply the language of mathematics. Our success criteria. We'll know we can do that if we can understand and apply all or some of the mathematical language associated with multiplication and division. If we can identify where this language belongs when we're engaged in these operations, and if we can recognize the equivalent language in a real-life situation. The likely difficulties. Well, being unfamiliar with these words from the outset presents a problem, and not having any real-life equivalent or root word to draw in may result in us not understanding from the outset. Some words have different meanings. For example, the word division can also mean an army unit. Our real-world experiences and exposure also may affect our language and how it's limited. The equipment that you'll need: a pencil, a rubber, a ruler, sheets of paper, texters, and colored pencils. Now, the language today, commutative. Now we know that commutative means that factors can be multiplied in any order and the outcome or product will be the same. So 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. Array, an arrangement of objects or numbers in columns and rows. Factor, a number that can be divided equally into a larger number. Multiplication, the process or skill of multiplying. Division, splitting a quantity into smaller groups. The product, the answer or outcome. Dividend, the number that is to be divided into. Divisor, the number dividing into the dividend. Quotient, the product or process of the divisor dividing into the dividend. Distributive, the process of breaking the factors into smaller parts and multiplying the smaller parts or smaller parts. So, watch my instructional video that is attached, then watch The Weird Truth About Arabic Numbers, which explains Al-Khwarizmi's history and his influence on modern mathematics, which is significant. From this video, write down 5 facts that you learnt about Al-Khwarizmi, and you can present this in our maths class this week. Then choose 5 words from this unit. I'm going to show you an example. I've chosen the word product. And I found out that product off the internet is an early 15th century word, and it comes from Latin, medieval Latin. Productum was the original word. Something produced. It also comes from the word producere, to bring forth. And that's the origin of the word product. It comes from Latin. Lots of mathematical words come from Latin, Greek, or French. So have a go and see if you can find out your own definition and your own historical perspective of one of the words that we're talking about today. So, origin of a word. Research a mathematics word and write it where it comes from and from what time. Questions that you might ask yourself at the end. Do you see the relevance of mathematical language? Explain why. What did you learn as a mathematician? How does mathematical language relate to everyday language? Can you talk about that? What are some of the difficulties that you faced? Once you've done this, please send annotated photos uploaded through Compass. If this is too difficult, write a response and upload a JPEG or a Word document to my email. If you have any questions, you can contact me directly or talk to me in class. Stay safe and keep on mathemating.